What's up, y'all? It has been a minute since I have done a car chat. If you have no idea what my car chats are all about, basically I'm just sitting in the car chatting with y'all. That's basically it, okay? So subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you guys so much for all the love, for all of our new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining our channel and our family. We love you. But let's get right into it. Y'all saw the title. Y'all know what I'm going to be talking about. I know we all watched the docu-series on Lifetime, Surviving R. Kelly. I have so much to say about this, and if you get offended, I don't know what to tell you. So, R. Kelly, first off, let's just get it out the way. He's disgusting. He's disgusting. He's a monster. He should be locked up. Somebody should have, I don't know. I feel like my daddy would have killed his nasty ass, okay? That's just neither here nor there. My husband would have killed his nasty ass, but we all know that, okay? If you don't know that, we all know that. So, I guess the docu-series, if you have not seen it, spoiler alert, it's about R. Kelly, and it's about basically his sexual habits, his demons, the problems that he has. I mean, we all know he married Aaliyah when she was 15, and I mean, we've all been hearing these stories. Everybody seen or heard about at least the sex tape. We've all been hearing and seeing the stories about him come out, and recently I think what sparked this new resurgence of the issues was that like a year or two ago, these parents came out and they said R. Kelly has our daughter at his house. Our daughter's 19. We have not talked to her in 3 years, and you know, we just want to see our daughter. We want our daughter back. We want to see our daughter. We don't think she's okay. We don't think she's well. As soon as she got with him, basically she just vanished, wouldn't talk to us, nothing. And so this docu-series was basically talking to all of these women who he basically did this to, including his ex-wife. And so, one, I think people are so people are just trash. For you to sit there, and I'm trying to get my thoughts together, y'all, because I'm so angry about this whole thing. That's what took me so long to film this. I'm so angry. Like, for you to sit there and tell somebody that their experience was not real, for people are such internet thugs. Like, for you to sit on social media and tell somebody that their experience wasn't real, or there was a video surfaced from like 2017 of his wife kind of singing an R. Kelly song in a car, and she was like, it was happy people, and she was like, yeah, baby daddy, tell them happy people. And she was just like in the car kind of talking, and people are like, oh, if she was really abused, then she wouldn't be singing his songs. You don't know how people grieve. People want you to grieve the way they want you to grieve. Did I think it was a little weird? Probably not something I would have done. But then again, I've never been abused. In any sense of the word, I have never been abused. So I can't tell you how I would react after that situation, how I would grieve. I can't tell you that. And I can't tell you how to do it either. So people are just trash. Like, I hear people on social media blaming the girls. Oh, they fast ass and shouldn't have been there with him. Or where are the parents? First off, they're fast ass. Like, for you to sit there and put for 14-year-old girl's mind is not the same as a grown woman's mind, okay? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, your mind is not the same. You think you know things that you don't. You think you're grown. You think you know things that you don't, and you just don't. That's why it's up to the adults, up to the village around you to keep you safe. That is why there are people, that's why you aren't able to sign a contract until you're 18. And even 18, in my opinion, is too young. But that is the entire reason why, because your mind is not fully developed. It's not understanding what's going on around you. So for people to put the blame on the victims, I think you're trash and disgusting. And then on top of that, where were the parents? So there was one case of a girl, and she was 14 during the time of the R. Kelly trial, which was about the same age as I was, around that time, 2002. And she was 14 years old, and she was basically skipping school and going to the trial every day. And she explained it, and she was like, look, my mother was a single mother, so she wouldn't know if I'd have skipped school. I didn't have a single mother. I had two parents. Two very involved parents who are still very involved in my life to this day. And I cut school. So I could have very well, I was a huge R. Kelly fan back in the day. I could have very well been at his trial, and my parents, if I lived in Chicago, I could have very well have been at his trial, and my parents would have had no idea that I was cutting school, because I was cutting school doing other things. So, I mean, you can't say where were the parents. Just because somebody gets caught up in something like that does not mean their parents aren't involved. As a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girl, if I liked a boy or wanted to do something, honestly, there was nothing my parents could say or do to make me not do that. If I really, there was a boy I liked, and like, he was like my first boyfriend, and we were 14 years old. I was 14 years old. He was 15 years old. And he lived across town, like 25 minutes away. Neither of us had cars, had jobs, none of that. But we found a way to see each other. We met each other at the mall, the movies, took the bus. Like, I found a way to see him. And he lived 25 minutes away from me at 14 years old. So you trying to tell me I couldn't pull something? Like, come on now. With all the resources and shit R. Kelly got, I couldn't have pulled the wool over my parents' eyes with him? Like, yes, I feel like you could. And so for people to say, where were the parents? Where were the parents? You can only do so much as a parent. I do not like that at all. Another point, the other adults in the situation that helped him pull this off, I think they are also sick and disgusting and should also be in jail. Like the road manager who changed Aaliyah's birth certificate so she could marry him. Who does that? Isn't that like falsifying documents? That is illegal. His ass should be in jail, along with the other security guards and personal assistants and everyone else who went to find him, girls at the mall, and knew these girls were in this studio and in this house and never said a word. Now you want to be on this documentary talking about how you thought it was strange, but you didn't really say nothing. No, you are just as guilty if you let that shit fly. If I walk in the studio and see or anywhere, I don't go to no studio, but if I walk anywhere and see my friends with little girls just hanging around, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are these people here? No. What are you doing? Like, it blows my mind that so many people just let this go on for decades. And then another thing I keep seeing is people saying, oh, everyone now we've known this has been going on for years. Now everybody's fake outraged, and everybody's outraged knowing that this has been going on for years. Boo-boo. I was 7 years old when he married Aaliyah. I was 14 when that P-tape came out. I was too young to be outraged about anything. It was up to my parents' generation to not let this go on. Like, I was too young. I was so young when R. Kelly was like a huge staple, and then by the time I became an adult, I mean, I liked his songs and I never went back and researched, and shame on me for not doing that. But here we go. I feel like people give so much flack on millennials. I'm a millennial, you know, by definition, and I feel like people give so much flack on millennials. Millennials have a lot of psychological damage that's been passed down to us to reverse. I swear we do, because people are sitting here like, and it's us not understanding either. We don't understand, and then I feel like my parents' generation doesn't understand it. They're like, well, I don't understand why everybody's outraged. We've known this for 30 years. Yeah, but I still grew up listening to his music. Why? Because y'all was playing it. Like, this is why. This is ridiculous. Why is this man not locked up? Why has nobody ever took a stand against this man? This is crazy. And then another thing you hear, oh, well, white people do it too. White men been doing it too. I don't care. So that makes it right. So we should just let him go because white men do it too and get away with it. They wrong too. They nasty as fuck too, and they need to go to jail too. But that don't make him no writer. Just because we talking about him right now, one pervert at a time, okay? One pervert at a time. Let's lock them up one by one. I don't understand people's logic. I will never, ever, ever. Well, and you know what? I'm saying this now, but like, y'all can ask Mark. We have not been playing R. Kelly for probably a little over a year now, and I've just been like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. And I've done some research. I did some research before this even whole documentary came out, and we haven't been playing R. Kelly for a little over a year now. But now I feel like it makes me sick to my stomach as a mother with little girls. It makes me sick to my stomach to hear that music. Sick to my stomach to hear it. And so I can't. I hope I hope nothing like this ever happens to anybody's son or daughter who is making these victims feel the way they probably feel right now. I guarantee you these girls are being attacked like crazy. I know his ex-wife is being attacked on social media, so I know those other girls are being attacked on social media like crazy. And I hope no one's child ever has to feel like that. I hope this never, if you're one of the people attacking them or talking against these victims, I hope this never happens to your child, your son, your daughter, whoever. Because this is why victims don't come forward. This is exactly why victims don't come forward. Because we don't support them. These beautiful black women who are just trying to tell their story, and not even the kids, because a lot of them he met at 16, at 14, at 17, but not even the kids, but even the adult women. Like there's a lot of people and they're like, oh, well, these women were adults when they met him, so they should have known better. People's psychological makeup is so different. Like everyone has a different psychological makeup. People, the things that you go through, the things that you see, it makes us susceptible to certain situations and certain types of people. And even like as the one girl was talking, and you could tell him like that he probably preys on certain types of people, young women, and then also certain types of older women. And so it's like, so just because I'm an adult, I couldn't have been abused. I couldn't have been physically abused, sexually abused, mentally abused, whatever. Yes, I had the opportunity to get up and walk away. Nobody ever said he was keeping them against their will. They never said he was kidnapping them. I mean, they were coming like free will, but obviously he has something psychological over these women. Domestic violence cases happen every single day. And it's not just towards women, but I'm talking about towards women at this point. Domestic violence happens every single day, and you wonder why these women stay. Clearly, there is something psychological in their mind that their abuser has over them. This case is no different. Wake up. Like, please, wake up. I mean, I probably sound all over the place, but it's because I am so disgusted with how people act. I'm getting teary-eyed here. I am so disgusted with how people act and the way people have been like going in on these victims. And clearly, no, we're not there. We don't know the whole story. Everyone keeps saying we don't know his side. It's not about knowing his side, because you know what? If he had something to say, if this wasn't happening, if he was innocent, he would be talking right now. But he's not, and we all know he's not. So for you to continue to support him, I think is awful. It's awful. It's showing that you completely just disregard what happened to all of these women, because the support for him, putting any dollar in his pocket, going to any of his shows, even speaking his name positively on any type of social platform or anything, that does nothing but increase the power and the money that he has in order to continue to victimize people and do what the hell he's been doing. Stepping down off my soapbox. Okay, I just wanted to say that. I feel like I needed to say that, and I feel like everyone with a platform, and my platform is very small, clearly, but I feel like everyone with any type of platform needs to be making people aware of these issues. There are so many young girls out here, there are so many women out here who don't understand that they could be in this situation too. And there's so many women out here that are abused, that don't believe these victims, which blows my mind. There are women that I know for a fact who have been abused that are talking ill on the victims, and I just don't get it. I don't understand. So, look, I'm not saying people don't lie about situations like this. All I'm saying is take the time, step outside of yourself and think, if this were my daughter, if this were my cousin, if this were my niece, if this were my sister, if this were my mother, how would I feel? All I'm saying. Peace and love, y'all.